Hi, this is Billy J with Moon Goddess 114433. Pick a card reading is going to be a little different. So this one is, I'm doing with, instead of picking a pile with a stone or a crystal, we're going to pick piles with little worry dolls on them. So there's like several different, they're tiny little, they look like little miniature, like little tiny voodoo dolls. They're called worry dolls. So we're going to look at something that might be bothering you or worrying you, something that you care about possibly, and and then how to resonate with that, how to work with it, how to get guidance through that, whatever that issue or that worry is that you have. And then we're going to take the little voodoo doll and we're going to bind that worry with some black onyx, and we're going to bind it up and put it away. Okay? So we're going to do some work today. So the decks that I used, and this you're going to find interesting, I hope. So we have the Daemon Tarot, the Barbieri Tarot, the Angel Tarot cards, and then I don't have a box for this last one, but I do have the little book that came with it, Archangel Oracle cards. So we're going to be working with demons and angels on your worries. So, and do know that if you do need a personal reading, you can email me at moongoddess114433@gmail.com. I can set you up. The payment options should be down in the description box. All my readings are $33.33. So, let's look at your options. Option number 1 is with this little voodoo man, or worry man. Okay. Option number 2 is with this, I guess it's supposed to be a dress. Option number 3, this little man. Option number 4 is this dress. Option number 5 has this dress. I know they kind of look alike, but hey. And option number 6 has these pants. Kind of like, looks like he has a little going dancing or flashy little outfit. Okay. So, if you need more time, you can pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way and get started. Don't fall, little man. Yeah, my little man was falling off the cards. Oh, the giant is moving us. My mom got these little things for me. They're so cute. And then, if you'd like, I do have a little pen here. We can stick your worry with a pen. Stick it. Okay. Okay. So, for those of you that picked worry doll number 1. Okay. Set your doll over here. Let's look and see what your worries are. So, move this so you can see it better. Okay. We have Nibus. Says Nibus is perhaps the fallen Babylonian god of wisdom who was once called Nabu. He does not hold a position of respect in hell, although he is in charge of visions and dreams. Okay. Then we have Alistair. Alistair is the strict executioner who carries out the sentences passed down by the rulers of hell. The word Alistair may also refer We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. Now that is for your, whatever your worry is. Let's go ahead and look here and see. So, Nibus. So Nibus has to do with, so that has to do with your dreams. Like, such as things, not only just what you dream at night, but also daydreaming. You know, when I was reading the book, it asks, are your dreams and daydreams, do they make you foolish? Do they make you a fool? Or do they make you a visionary? And it talks about knowing the difference. Okay. And then we have Aleister. So, Aleister is one of the more terrifying demons because he's the executioner in hell. So, he does the justice and the executioner. The warning with Aleister says to beware of anger and vengeful actions. He is known also as the avenging angel. With the Eight of Pentacles with this deck. So with the Barbieri Tarot, the meanings are a little bit different than regular Tarot. And for the Eight of Pentacles, it's talking about sacrificing and making dedication and commitment to building. It's like they built this monstrosity of a building, like a cathedral or something. And like that red in the middle is its heartbeat taking life, right? They put a lot of sweat, blood, and tears into building this. Like this was your dream. You put all your sweat, blood, and tears into it. You was building something. Then you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands in this deck speaks of yearning for the sun, yearning for something, a better life, struggling, even when you're weary and tired. You're going to go against the current to make that better life, to reach for the sun. And then the Knight of Wands, that's maybe unintentional or even unnecessary destruction. Someone using all their power, it may look impressive, but it was unnecessary damage. So what it looks like to me, those that picked pile number 1, it's like you have this fury and this wrath, because you had this dream that you was working on and you was building towards this dream, and something has happened, something came along, whether that dream was your career or a home life, a family life, or for some of you it may even be an actual building, but you were constructing something significant in your life, something you've dreamt of for a very long time, and it's like something or someone came along and destroyed everything you had worked hard for. And now it's like you want justice. And that's all you think about. Okay? So your angel cards you have. Ten of Water. Two of Earth. Ace of Earth. Okay. And the very last card for the Archangel card will be Overcoming Difficulties. Okay. So, your advice for helping you get over your stress and your worry, your advice You know, the Ten of Water has to do with the ultimate in family and love. Really, I'm getting a sense that you need to focus more on your family life, on your family, instead of vengeance. Don't focus so much on vengeance. Focus more on what you do have. Focus on your love. Don't take the relationships you have for granted. Because the things in this material world, those needs are going to be met. You do have the Two of Earth and the Ace of Earth. So, with the Two of Earth, you know, it's like you're trying to juggle. And I'm getting a sense for some of you, it's juggling this. You've got all this stuff on your plate, all this stress and all these worries, that you're not even being able to enjoy your family. You know, you put all your hard work into whatever you were building here. Maybe it was your career. Maybe it was a better life for your family. And then something happened. Maybe you, for someone out there, this is going to hit home. But you had to file bankruptcy. And it all came tumbling down. But you have the Ten of Water, so you still have your family unit. You have the Ace of Earth telling me you can build again. Ace of Earth is new beginnings. An inflow of abundance. Promising business adventures. Important documents and contracts. So even though things may have fallen down, you are now overcoming those difficulties. This is Archangel Jeremiel. The worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. Okay, so it's basically saying, you know, you've done all you could do. Enjoy your family. Things are going to get better. Okay, things are getting better. So, we're going to take this little worry. We're going to stick it. Say, you ain't going to bother me no more. You are not going to bother me. I don't even want to mess with the pen. We're going to take this little worry. We're going to put it in here and bind it. Okay? And we're going to move on. Okay. Moving on to those that picked pile 3. I said 3. This is number 2. Okay. Number 2. Those of you who picked this worry doll. This little thing here. Look. She just slicked all of her hair backwards. She done brushed her hair so much she kind of looked. She went bald in the front. Okay. So what are your worries? So we have Forcus, Lucifer, Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Okay. So, with Forcus. Forcus says, is a knight and president of hell with 29 military units under his command. He rides a pale horse and carries a lance. In demonographers say he has a long white beard. Well, Now, the thing about Forcus, he's all about granting the person who calls upon him um, grace and logic to be able to express themselves eloquently. So, possibly, you might be someone who, like, when is faced with maybe an argument or someone saying something to you in an off manner, it's like, I know a lot of times with me, when someone says something to me, sometimes it's like I don't think of the perfect comeback until they're gone. And then I'm like, damn, I should have said this about that. I have the perfect comeback now that they're not in my face. so, so it's like you're really wishing to have that grace and that logic, be able to have that wit to come back real snappy and express yourself snappy and quick, eloquently sometimes. And then you have Lucifer. Says, Lucifer is a fallen angel whose name is also that of the star, the planet Venus, which is also known as the bringer of dawn. He is a king of hell who appears as a beautiful child. I don't know, that doesn't look like a beautiful child to me, but, to each their own. So the thing about Lucifer, it talks about finding sympathy and understanding, even with enemies and those that disagree with you. Oh, okay. So you have Forcus, and then you have Lucifer. So it's like being able to talk to someone in a graceful manner that's being ugly to you, possibly. And then you have it's not a very good setup. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles talks about, in this deck, the person having all they will ever need and making sure they're the only one who is safe. It's like they got the treasure. It's like they're a dragon, right? And dragons, what do? They protect their baubles. So it's like they have all the baubles and they're going to protect them all. And then the King of Wands is, watching and being on guard against harm. It's like it talks about how he's got this beautiful home, but he's roaming the premises on guard for those that would harm his home. And then the Three of Swords. It's mostly about the pain of betrayal, after you trusted someone you thought was a friend, someone who you thought you could trust has ultimately betrayed you. So basically, it's like you're talking about like your worry with all these cards together. I'm getting that you're trying to find it in your heart. Here you are, you're on guard because you've been betrayed, you've been hurt. And you're standing there guarding your tower, guarding your, just like the King of Wands, okay? Because you don't want anyone else in your home to get hurt. You don't want any other possible betrayers near your home. You're going to stand there on guard at all times. But yet at the same time, you're still trying to figure out how to be sympathetic and understanding in towards this person who betrayed you. And how can you express to them eloquently and logically to make them understand how they betrayed you. It's like you want to make sure they know that they hurt you. You want them to know how they did that. Okay. your angel cards. You have Queen of Fire, oh, there's only 2 at this one, an Ace of Water, then your Archangel card is Angel Therapy. Okay, so your advice from the angel cards is you know, the Queen of Fire, like the Queen of Wands, which is funny, you have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Fire, the King of Wands here, the Queen of Fire here. So it may be your king or your counterpart that you feel betrayed you, and you are on guard against your husband or your wife, and you want to express how bad they hurt you. You want to do it in a way that you want to express in a way that they know that they hurt you. They understand how they hurt you, what they did that caused that pain, and to prevent it from happening in the future. But you want to do so in a way that doesn't induce any further conflict. And so, you have the Queen of Fire here, who is she's graceful and she's intelligent. She's warm and loving. She's the wifey type. She's passionate and creative. And then you have the Ace of Water, which is falling in love. It's new beginnings of love. Okay. So basically it's telling you, to stay confident in that love that you have, the love that you have for each other. Allow yourself to feel the spark of that love. And sometimes you need a refresher of your love, like especially for some people who've been married for quite a long time. They need to rejuvenate those emotions. Sometimes married couples do fall in a rut where it's just the same old, and so create a spark, not an angry spark. No, but I'm talking about a passionate spark. Stir those romantic feelings up again. To help in a creative way that'll help you and your significant other get past this conflict, this hurt, and this pain. And then you have Angel Therapy, Archangel Raphael. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. Okay. So then we're going to take this worrisome doll, this worry of yours, okay? I'm going to take it, and we're going to bind it in here and put it away. It's bound. And we're going to work on getting better. Okay. Moving on to pile number 3. Those of you that picked this worry doll. It looks like you guys' hair kind of slicked off to the side there. He's kind of looking groovy. So let's see what your worries are. So you have I'm going to try to say this. Caracronalis. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know. Stolas. The 9 of Wands. Look at that dragon behind her. Ooh. The 10 of Swords. The 4 of Cups. And then your angel cards. Okay, so Caracrinalis, however you say that, is a president of hell with 36 military units under his command. According to demonographers, he most often manifests in the form of a winged dog. So, one of the things about this demon is he likes to get into people's heads, into their minds, to find out what their deepest, darkest secrets are. He likes to know what their secrets are. And then he uses their secrets to influence them. Okay? Then you have Stalas, which says, is a prince of hell with the command of 26 military units. Demonologists state that he may manifest as a human when summoned, but his true form is that of an owl. And Stalas talks about knowing the true worth of obstacles and appraisals or values. Okay, what something is truly worth. Then you have the Nine of Wands. Talks about knowing how to handle power. You know, she's got all this power behind her. And it's like she's standing in front of it. Like, she's not going to lose control, right? But part of having that power is like, I'm hearing that saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And then the Ten of Swords. So it's the Ten of Swords in this one because you have the demon and then you have, of course, the angel here because you have the angel wing. And it's showing like a battle taking place, right? And it's like the unresolved issues between the good and evil. And as the battle rages on, lives get destroyed. And it's unnecessary destroyed lives that happen during this. And then you have the Four of Chalices, or the Four of Cups. Okay. So this, of course, is a very sad, a very unhappy card. It's like losing life. It's like this rose that's been plucked from the garden. Okay. And the rose, after you pluck it, it slowly withers and dies. Okay. And then you have, you know, the starlight in the distance. And it's like, you know, he turned his head away from the starlight. It's just like he's not wanting to watch those dreams fade away. Like he had dreams, and they're fading away like the life of this rose. So, it's like, what I'm getting is like some rumors or some gossip may have been started about you, someone you love, someone you care about, you know, but more possibly, probably you. Gossip, rumors, something that damaged your reputation, and people that you may have thought were on your side, that you were thought were good, actually turned out to be, you know, people you probably shouldn't have trusted. And you've been stabbed in the back, and you've got this pent up rage. It's like this person knew all your deepest, darkest secrets. You trusted them with everything, and you valued this person. And you're heartbroken, not just because of the damage they caused you, but also because that wilted friendship, the unnecessary damage that didn't have to happen. It's like they caused this unnecessariness that's just ridiculousness. Your angel cards, you have the Two of Air. Again, see the unicorns, looks like two people, two fighting. Okay. The Two of Air. Then you have the number 11, which is a master number for strength. Archangel Ariel. Then your Archangel card is You Are Safe. So, your angel advice is like there's the Two of Air is like the Two of Swords. So it's like there's a stalemate. But with the Strength card, Archangel Ariel, talks about forgiveness and compassion. Okay. Try to forgive this person. Then you have You Are Safe. Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So, lots of times when people gossip or stir things about you, they are carrying lower vibrational energies. And they're, pretty much carrying out these attacks in this lower vibrational frequency. And the Archangel Michael card is pretty much letting you know that you are divinely protected. You are safe from this harm. Okay. And since you're safe, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take this worry that you got and we're going to put it in here and we're going to bind it. Okay. We're going to bind it and put it up. Moving on to those of you that picked pile number 4 with this worry doll. Let's see what your worries are. Okay, you have these words. I'll tell you what. Amduskius, I guess, is how you pronounce it. I don't know how you pronounce any of these words. And then Buer, I guess. Then you have the Three of Pentacles. The Knave of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Then, of course, your angel cards. So, let's see here. So, Amduskius is a Duke of Hell in command of 29 legions. He conducts invisible instruments in melodious concert, and the trees bow to his voice. He's a unicorn, okay? And so he's got musical endeavors. He has musical aspirations. For some of you, maybe you are more creative or you work better when you're listening to music. One of the main things about this one, though, is the main note is he has power over the wind. And the reason why it says he's musical is because he has power over the wind. I'm sorry for my dogs in the background. But with the wind, it makes the trees sway and swing like they're dancing to music. And it's like, I know for me, being out in nature is very soothing for me. One of my favorite things is when the wind is blowing through the trees, and it's like you can hear, if you're still and you're quiet, and you can hear the wind whispering through the leaves, and watch the limbs sway like they're dancing. Okay, and that's what this card talks about. And then you have Buer is president of Hell with 50 military units under his command. Demonographers describe him as either taking the shape of Sagittarius or having the head of a lion and 5 legs. Ew, that's just ugly. So the thing about this is he's a naturalist. again, with being in nature. Plants and trees. He knows this demon is very knowledgeable about their medicinal purposes and dietary purposes. So probably you're a person who enjoys nature, who enjoys going out in nature. You may be someone who, like myself, I'm a tree hugger. It kind of grounds me. I do like to sink my bare feet down into the soil. So, you're probably someone maybe who likes to garden, who likes to plant, who loves Mother Earth. So, that might have to do with your concerns. You have the Three of Pentacles, which has to do with time eroding all of beauty. And it has to do with the circle of life and death. So, it's like everything fades away. And in time, it's like you're watching everything fade away. And then you have the Knave of Cups. Talks about trying to have it all, but not wanting to share. Like, they got their treasures, and they're, like, hiding them behind their back, even though the treasures are coming out of the bag. It's like, yep, this is mine. I got my sword, and I'm going to guard it. And it's like, this is like the mindset. It's like, there's all these goodies. Look at all this stuff, and it's all mine, and I'm not gonna share. Like, I want to hoard it all. I'm feeling a theme with this. So then you have the Five of Wands. It's like, the Five of Wands, you're being driven to build. Like, they have that castle, and they're fighting for the stronghold of the castle, right? And it's like, it's like you're being driven to build bigger and bigger and bigger buildings and communities, and then you're responsible for it. You're responsible for keeping them up. You're responsible for protecting them. So it's like, what I'm getting a sense of is the type of worries that you have to do with protecting Mother Earth against mankind's constant greediness and having to build over, it's like they're destroying Mother Earth. They're making Mother Earth just fall away and erode so they can build taller buildings, and they can fight these wars and these battles over their greediness. Okay. Your angel cards for your messages is the Seven of Earth. So it's like you've been planting seeds. The Six of Water, and you've been watering those seeds. The Sun, and you've been giving them sunshine. And then your angel cards are Healthy Lifestyle and Outdoors. Oh my god, that's funny. I just pull these cards out too, so that's just so funny. So Seven of Earth, it says seeds well planted, and then it says unnecessary worry. Which I'm hearing some of you say in my head, it's not unnecessary. It's not unnecessary. They need to quit polluting the earth. I'm hearing someone say that in my head. But their seeds well planted, okay? And then you have the Six of Water, which has to do with memories. Excuse me. From your history, your childhood. Mostly what I'm getting is you've been planting seeds yourself. There have been seeds planted for people to look at their history of how they're damaging the earth. People are starting to wake up at this. They're starting to go through awakening. The earth is shifting, and people are waking up. With the Sun card, that's to me again recognizes people being enlightened, being awoken to the fact of what's happening. Yeah. And then with your Archangel cards, we have healthy lifestyle. Archangel Raphael says, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. I think for most of you, that just basically has to deal with probably being with a healthy earth. You know, continue doing what you do. Just, like water the earth, plant your seeds. Everything's going to happen brilliantly. You have the outdoors for Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So, I think this was a beautiful reading. I love anybody who loves to be outdoors. So, we're going to take your worry here. We're going to take your worry here, and we're going to bind that worry down here. And bind it away, okay? It's safe right here. In this little binding box here. And we're going to put it away. Moving on, those that picked pile number 5 with this worry doll. Okay? So let's see what your worries are. You have Ukabak. You know I'm giggling because I can't never pronounce these words. Moloch. The Wheel. The Tower. And Judgment. And then, of course, we'll get to your angel cards. So, Ukabak. That Ukabak is not one of the ruling class in hell. He is charged with maintaining the oil in the boilers of the underworld, and it is claimed that he should be credited with the invention of fried food. So, an Ukabak, however you say that, talks about, it's like workers who gets taken advantage of, or, when they, you work around and your employers pretty much treat you like you're invisible. Like all that work you put into is like not even noticed. Okay? And you get taken advantage of. Moloch. Moloch is the exiled god king of the Ammonites. His ancient idols, which also served as crucibles for his living sacrifices, depicted him as a throned king with the head of a calf. So, Moloch is known for stern punishments and his unyielding strictness. So possibly you work for an employer who is like constantly drives you to work harder and harder and harder, and constantly nitpicking, pushing you, but never showing any appreciation. Okay, just constantly criticizing, and when they're not, and it's like you get in trouble. You call them to the office a lot, or you may get write-ups. And it's like, you're like, I'm afraid to do this. What if I get wrote up? This might be my last day, y'all. I'm just hearing in my head, this might be my last day, y'all. I don't think I can. I'm about to knock this person upside the head. And then you have the 10 of, no, I'm sorry, not the 10 of nothing. It's the number 10 for the wheel. In this deck is talking about looking through the peering glass, looking through the glass, and asking what you see. Okay, do you like the reflection looking back at you? And then you have the Tower. So the Tower for this deck is talking about, it's not about tower moments or going through tower moments or anything falling apart. It mostly talks about, in this deck, staying hidden in your tower, staying hidden in your walls, okay? Being hid away in your tower, like Rapunzel. And then you have number 20 for Judgment. In this deck, it's like, are you living your true destiny? Are you who you know you can be? And it's talking about rise up, wake up, and be who you're meant to be. Okay. So, for your worries, what I'm getting with this deck is, first of all, you're not satisfied in your career life, what you're doing for a job. You feel very unappreciative. You know you're meant for something. Sorry, I don't know what happened to that. Anyways, instead of pursuing what you're meant to do, it's like you're hiding behind your wall. You're grumbling and not doing anything about it. And then the Judgment card is saying, rise up. Stand up. Do what you're supposed to do. Your angel cards, you have 5 of Fire. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others, but mostly it's competing goals. Then you have King of Water. And then you have Ace of Fire. And then your angel card is Prosperity. So, with the 5 of Fire, that's telling me, in most tarot decks, that has to do with like mock battles. But what I'm hearing is put your priorities in order. Put your priorities in order. You know, you have these competing goals, and stop like jumbling them all together. Organize them. Prioritize them. Okay? You have the King of Water. Make sure you do what you love. Move into doing something that you're going to love, you're going to enjoy doing. Something you're going to put your heart and soul into. You have the Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement. Change your life now. The Ace of Fire, all aces have to do with new beginnings. But the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands, is the only ace that's actually an ace of action. It's the Ace of Action. Just saying, do it now. Do it. Your final card is Prosperity. Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So, we're going to take this worry and we're going to bind it in there with them other worries of other people. We're binding it. We're going to set it aside. Okay, moving on to the last deck. For those of you that picked pile number 6 with this fella here, let's see what your worries are. A loser, a loss, I can't say that, whatever. And brooms. Look at her holding that baby. She better drop that baby off that broom. The 8 of Cups. the King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So let's see about what your worries are. So we have Alistair, however you say that, is a Duke of Hell with 36 military units under his command. He appears as a knight riding an enormous steed. His face is like a lion's, with a ruddy complexion and fiery eyes. So the thing about Alistair is he focuses on astronomy or liberal arts. He's known for observing and charting things, and he has the love of the arts and all things esoteric. We have brooms. Brooms are an old and powerful symbol and tool of witchcraft. They are traditional vehicles for magical travel, essential elements of various rituals, and useful for sweeping dust. You need to clean your house, honey. No. So, it talks about, home and hearth, cleansing and purifying rituals. So those of you who got this, who picked this one, you may actually be witches. You may be a witch. So, you have the Eight of Chalices. Okay. So the Eight of Chalices, it's like there's infinite universes. But even though there's infinite universes, you feel like there's not enough time to do everything you need to do. And it talks about, stop fretting. Let all your worries go and move on. But she's got all these worries, and she's constantly thinking about them. Like she ain't got enough time to do everything that she needs to do. And then we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, the thing about the King of Swords, he is the most intelligent person in the whole deck. He knows too much sometimes. And to the point that sometimes that the Knight of Swords sometimes don't know the difference between right and wrong. Because there's so much gray matter in between the light and dark. And it gets too complicated, too complex. And then you have the Knave of Pentacles, which is someone who wants power. Okay, they want real power, and to the point they create friction, and with opposing forces. Okay, so they're wanting power so much, they're creating friction with those around them. So for those of you who picked this pile, I'm getting that you probably work a lot with light work and shadow work. And when you do that, you tend to do see a lot of gray complexity in between. You do see a lot of gray matter. I really feel like your worry and your struggle is with your own demons, your own, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? It's with your own inner voice, the negative and the positive voice that we hear of our intuition, when we listen to our intuition and our logic, and they're battling back and forth. Your angel cards, you have Knight of Fire, 8 of Fire, and Dance. Then your final Archangel card is Victory. So, So we have the Knight of Fire. And then it's followed directly by the Eight of Fire. So when I have the Knight of Fire, and the Knight is a very fast-moving knight, he's moving towards the Eight of Fire, which lets me know that things are coming in very quickly. You have a bunch of things on your plate, a bunch of events planned, and it's like here you have all the stuff going on. And everything's happening all at once. But this is telling me that you should be self-assured. You should be okay. Have confidence. This actually is going to... I'm hearing you work better under pressure, though. So, even with number 16 life experience, this is going to bring on a powerful change for you. This experience, this momentum is building up to something significant that's going to dramatically change your life for the better. Whatever you're doing, it's going to cause you to spread your wings. You have the victory card, Archangel, whatever. I'm not going to try to say it. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So, also, I'm hearing, have faith in yourself. You're going to be successful. You're going to be great. Okay, we're going to take this worry doll here. We're going to take your worries. And we're going to bind them. We're going to bind them in there. And we're going to seal them up. And we're going to put them away. Okay? So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was a little different. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Good night.